Good evening, Kensington parents. This is Miss Canup, here to help you understand how to read your child's iReady report. iReady has spent years gathering data on students and how they typically perform across the United States. With this example of Elizabeth Jones' Diagnostic Growth Report, I'll walk you through what all the information means. You'll want to notice that the iReady report is in math only for our students, and that there is a key that follows. Red is below grade level, yellow is approaching grade level, and green is on grade level. When we look at Elizabeth Jones' report, we are seeing her overall diagnostic growth for an entire school year. At the beginning of the school year, our students took Diagnostic 1. Depending on what level your child enters in math on the first diagnostic helps determine what the typical growth is expected of your child. So for example, if your child enters in on grade level, then the typical growth is much less than what is expected of a child who enters in below grade level. This is to ensure that the child has full opportunity to grow and catch up to where they can reach grade level by the end of the year. However, not all students grow at the same rate, and some students, because they are below level, need several years in order to catch up. The typical growth is not set for a typical 5th grade student across the United States entering in at grade level. The typical growth for each child is different based on how they enter the school year and take their first diagnostic test and how they place on the continuum. The same thing for the information about the stretch growth. iReady's data collection helps them determine a stretch growth number for each child based on how they perform on their first diagnostic, taking into consideration whether they are on grade level, approaching grade level, or well below grade level. They determine what an ambitious stretch growth goal would be for your child. This is a child-specific number, just like the typical growth is a child-specific number. As you see with Elizabeth Jones' report, her second diagnostic, she has nearly reached her typical growth number, and she's only halfway through the school year. She has grown 14 points and is nearly at that yearly typical growth number or growth goal that iReady has set for her. By the end of the year, Elizabeth Jones has not only met her typical growth, but she has managed to exceed her stretch growth as well. And she has ended out the year on grade level. Please understand that this is just a model and is not that these numbers are not necessarily the numbers that your child has to reach. The numbers on your child's report are personalized according to their performance. Should you have any questions about this report or need further assistance, please contact your child's teacher so that we can help you better understand your child's typical growth number and their stretch growth. iReady is an awesome tool for our educators at our school because we are able to better determine what area your child needs to grow in. So, for example, perhaps your child has performed really well when it comes to numbers and base 10. However, they really struggle in algebra. This gives your teacher information so that when they pull small groups, they are able to target algebra for your child. And there may be several other students within the class that are struggling with algebra as well. This helps us make a determination for how to set up our small groups so that your child is able to stay on track for not only meeting their typical growth, but also for their stretch growth. Again, we hope this information has been beneficial for you. Should you have any further questions, please contact your child's teacher, and you have a great evening.